All right. Hello everyone, and welcome in. Hopefully you all are doing well, especially during this eclipse time. So I told you guys that I would touch base with the full moons, new moons, and I'll try to touch base with all the zodiacs. Still working it all out. But today I want to touch base with you about this full moon in Virgo. This full moon eclipse in Virgo. So before I pull the cards, the things that are coming through my intuition and have been coming through my intuition since late last night into this morning is, first off, Virgo makes me think of the Hermit, shining a light, learning new lessons, learning new things, ways of coping, ways of moving through your existence as a human, as a light source for others, as a healer, teacher. You know the drill. The other thing that comes to mind, of course, I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't have music come through my life. And total eclipse of the heart is also coming through. And that is about, a change of heart. And that could be a variety of different things, from a relationship to yourself as an individual, the way that you see things. It's kind of a combination of self reflection that's happening right now, and how it all gets wrapped up into one is your cycles that you are currently going through is what is at the forefront of this portal, of this transition period. For some of you, it's your job. It is realizing that you don't want to do this job anymore, or realizing that you have the potential to do this job even though you may have been struggling. Or others of you, it is about relationships. Some of you aren't feeling good enough to be in relationships, and that's the target point of, do you really feel this way? Or is it old cycles coming back to kind of knock down your door and be like, hey, you need to deal with this head on? For others of you, it is friends and family and connections. Are these connections serving my highest good? Or are there connections that I have kind of left out in the cold that need my attention? It all depends on you and what your experience on this earth is. But it's all got the same fundamental lesson to it. It's learning new things, understanding what's serving you and what's not serving you, learning those lessons and how to incorporate that and move forward through this energy. So I do have two sets of oracle cards here. I've, of course, got the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, and then I've got the Threads of Fate Shadow Edition here. I am going to use them both. Usually I only use one set, but I am going to use them both because I want to see the lighter side of things and I want to see the darker side of things. And like I said, I will try to cover both sides of the spectrum because it is about both. But the main takeaway from this is you are the common denominator, and the cycles that you are currently dealing with are also the common denominator. How do they apply to your life right now? And how can you best serve this energy of all of these things popping up during this time? Because it does require your attention. This energy for me on a personal level targeted my relationships and is targeting my self-worth wound. It definitely came a knocking. So as we transition through this energy, you'll feel it 3 days before, so 3 or 4 days ago, and then 3 or 4 days from now. So we have about a week of this energy. Try to use it the best you can, because that's what this energy is here to do. We have fate underneath. We also have power and get creative and dare to dream, along with destruction and the explorer. Quite a bit happening here. And here's that romance. There's that love. So I will have quite a few cards on the table. Bear with me. And this is the underside. This is the underside of these oracle cards. This is what's going on underneath. Like I said, some of you are stepping into your power. Some of you are getting creative with this energy and really harnessing it to project you forward. Others of you are daring to make that dream come true. Others of you, things are falling apart. For some of you, you are exploring your mind and your heart and bringing those into balance. And some of you are going through relationships. How those connections are best serving you. What's the above? Get curious. Get curious. Connect to heart. That's exactly. The Sage. Don't let this run you out of balance. Soul work. That is, this reading summed up into one, is soul work. Withdrawal. Some of you are withdrawing. Some of you need to take some time for yourself. And some of you really need to ask yourself, ask body, what is it that you need right now? That is essentially quite a bit of, it is the spectrum of energy that I am connecting with right now. But this is destined to be here. Fate was the first card that I pulled. This is supposed to be here. You're supposed to be watching this video. You are supposed to be on this path of self-reflection right now. So what do we have for the lighter side of things? I'm going to give two more. All right. Once. And twice. What you got? Where are we going? Underneath. No place like home. Figuring out where you belong. Treasure Island. Absolutely. Time for a nap. These cards are just going to reflect back to me. Time to go. What they're telling each other. Come to the edge. Connect to heart. And there is happy, happy. I'm not surprised. It really is reflecting off of one another. Loyal heart is dare to dream or the explorer. Time to go is destruction. Time for a nap is withdrawal. They're really going to reflect off of one another. Chop wood, there's some stagnation, which you can't rush through this. I'm not surprised. Peace. Between worlds, talking about that portal energy. All that glitters. An observer. I feel like right now your job is not to take action. Even though underneath we do have yang, it is not time to take action. It's not time for that. Your job right now is to really understand yourself. How many of you can say that you understand yourself completely? Some of you, and I can hear it right now, oh yes I do. I understand myself completely. Then what are you doing here? For others of you, I feel the nodding in agreement of, there are some things that need to be changed, are some things that need to be tweaked. And it's okay that things need to be adjusted or tweaked. That's part of the human experience. It is. It is part of the human experience to tweak things as you go along. That is a form of reflection. That is what is required of you, like I said, during this time, is to really embrace this portal energy, connect with your body, connect with your energy, your spirit guides, your heart. Because I feel as though this is more of an emotional matter at first. At first, this is an emotional matter. If something doesn't feel right, that usually triggers the rest of the dominoes. And then it gets you thinking of, maybe this is not the connection I need to be in, or maybe this is the connection I need to be in, but I am self-sabotaging, or this is the job that I need to be in, but I need to put in more work, or this isn't the job that I need to be in, and I need to start thinking of other options. So let's see where we're going. Let's see what wants to come through here. The world. Endings and new beginnings. And those are set endings and new beginnings. Something's got to end before new things begin. The Hanged Man, the Hermit. There's the Virgo energy. Come here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, I figured, the Eight of Pentacles. Ten of Swords, I'm sorry, Moon. Don't know why I said the Ten of Pentacles. Anyway, the Six of Swords. Underneath, we've got the Fool. I'm not surprised. The King of Cups, the Six of Wands. We've got the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords. So what is catching my eye right now? First off is the seeing things from a different point of view before you learn the lesson. You have to reflect during this time. You really have to see things not only from the way you see them, but from how you know how things could be or how you want them to be. It is about that different change from where you are right now. The other thing that pops out to me is the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, you know, you've sown the seeds. They have bloomed right now. They have bloomed. You've done the work. You've reaped the rewards. Or you have, on the negative side of things, you have planted the seeds and come to find out you planted the wrong seeds. But there's something here that you're holding on to. Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to these things. If you planted the wrong seeds, you're like, well, this is all I'm going to get. And that's fear talking. That's fear. Every year, people plant new seeds. You can do the same. Some of the writers. I mean, the one that comes to mind is J.K. Rowling. How it took her years to get to the point to where she is now. Probably not the best example, but that's the one that popped in my head. Writers. You know, there are writers who have to shift gears, and it takes years for them to get published. Or people who, like in college, they change what they want to do over and over and over and over again until they get what's right. You're allowed to make these changes. But I feel like the person who's trying to convince you that you can't make these changes, that you can't start over, is you. But there is work that needs to be done. Eight of Pentacles. And notice how this work is slightly different. This one was gardening. This one's actually doing some sort of work. Not saying that both works aren't important, but it's got to be a different work than what you're doing, because what you're doing right now isn't working. Then we have the Ten of Swords, the Moon, and the Six of Swords. Who's talking? Is it you, Drax? Come here. Hi, Drax. Gotta pet a cat. Give me just a second. What's up, handsome? Don't be sassy. The birds are outside. Okay? You're a good boy. With the Ten of Swords, the Moon, and the Six of Swords, this is what's happening right now. Things are coming to an end. They need to come to an end. Whether it's a mindset, and the mindset is really where it begins. You know, people hit a breaking point with their jobs and like, you know what, I'm done. It's a mindset thing. And then they're like, I quit. I'm done. Here's my 2-week notice, or I quit. For other people in relationships, it's like, you know, you think about it, you think about it, you think about it, think about it. You know, these small little things add up to something big. And then eventually you're like, you know what? I've thought about it quite a bit. I've been thinking about it for a week, a month, a year. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm done being in this relationship. And then the action takes place. Friends and family, same thing. There's a lot coming through with this reading. That's why I'm trying to string it all together here. But eventually you move forward. Eventually you move forward. And for others of you who you are your own worst critic, if that's coming, and that is something that I am, that is what's coming at me is I am my own worst critic. I am my own worst enemy. Because growing up, I always planned for the worst and hoped for the best the majority of the time. Sometimes I planned for the worst and that's just kind of where it ended. And that is starting to come to the forefront of me, and I have to break that cycle. I have to learn to trust the good things. I have to learn that the good things aren't a catch-22. And that's what some of you are also learning, is to trust yourself. What is this Four of Pentacles here? What are we holding on to? Page of Pentacles, old lessons, the Sun, Justice, the Three of Swords. Like I was saying, some of you are holding on to the lessons of the past that taught you that all good things have to come to an end, which eventually, yes, all good things have to come to an end because people pass away, jobs change and evolve, or they merge, friends move on. Like, yes, that is kind of what happens. All good things do eventually come to an end. But I feel like some of you are taking the past, putting it in the present, and automatically looking towards that ending instead of enjoying this middle section. It's like picking up a book, reading the first 3 chapters, knowing that something bad is going to happen, and then jumping from the front of the book to the middle or the end. You miss the wonderful story that's on the inside. I feel like it's time to release that pain. It is. It's like going to a movie and catching the last 15 minutes of it. It's not a very good movie. I mean, yeah, you know how it ends. But what else? Where's the meat and potatoes of it? Where's the story? Do you understand what I'm getting at here? Some of you are so quick to jump to that negative or jump to the end of something, either because it makes you uncomfortable or because you're afraid. It's time to nip that in the bud. It is. It's time to nip that in the bud. What is this Hanged Man Virgo energy? Tower. 3 of Cups. Death. And the King of Wands. Some of you are going to go through a very, very powerful transformation. Virgo, Gemini, there's the 9 of Cups. There's the 7 of Cups. There's the 2 of Pentacles. I see this 8 of Wands. And then we have the bonus card of the Raising Consciousness. After this transformation, some of you will be completely different. Some of you will have the confidence to go for that relationship that you want, or have the confidence to let go of that relationship that's not good for you. Same with jobs. Same with family and friends and connections. Some of you with money issues. You will also transition through this period. You will find the job that works for you. But because things have taken so long to get to this point, things have to fall apart. Because you've built a foundation with rotting things. Maybe at the time they were good things for you, or you thought that they were good things for you. Not now. Not now. It's no longer serving your purpose. And after you realize that, I feel like then that starts the dominoes. But good things are coming. But this really is a serious time of self-reflection to get yourself on board with where you want to go. Anything else? Because you have new beginnings. You have new beginnings happening with the Six of Swords and the Fool. But there's fear. And fear is the worst thing you can do for your vibration. Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Because it's blocking your success, your self-worth, and love. That's what this is blocking. If you knew the good things that are coming, if future you could come to you and say, hey, you know, on the other side of this is all of these good things. There's a healthy relationship, or there's, for those of you breaking up, yeah, there's a healthy relationship on the way, or there's a new version of you that you didn't even know that you could be. There's connections and money and abundance and happiness on the other side of this. All you have to do is let go. How would you respond to your future self? Really sit and think about that. That is what I want you to take away from this question that I have for you. If future you could come to you on the other side of this and say, hey, all of these good things that you want is just on the other side of this transformation, what would you say? And then take it a step further. Why is it positive? Why is it negative? Really reflect on that energy. That is what I want to leave you with today. Zodiac signs that I see. And this could be you, this could be an energy you're dealing with, whichever way it falls for you. And you know what? I'm not even going to do that. This is for everyone. For all of the zodiacs. This is for you. If you found this video, it was meant for you. Thank you guys very much for joining me. As always, your company is well appreciated. And I look forward to the next time I get to do this again with you. But until then, stay safe, take care of yourself, and really think about what I've asked of you. Okay? Okay. But alright guys, until next time, I'll see you later.